After having a really bad review last week, I'm going with the good one. Let's review Bobobo, Bobobo, Bobobo. Well, guys, this one, whew, I would say it's one of my. I would say I like this anime. It has very nostalgic feel to me, and yes, there is flaws in the show, but it's one of those. Have you ever had those animes where you sit there and you know it has flaws? You know it's not as good as you say it is. But no matter how bad or how awful people say it is, you always will like it no matter what. And Bobobo, well, you know what? I'll just go with Bobobo. Is that anime? Well, one of them, and I like it. It's very, very. It's not a story-driven anime. Really, it's not. There is a story in it, but rarely they follow it. But really, think of it like kind of how Power Ranger or Powerpuff Girls or trying to think of any other anime, Kill la Kill or trying to think of another one. I think that's all I can think of right off the bat. Think of those like they just deal with a villain of the week, or like Kill Kill, it had a main overarching villain, but dealt with a villain each episode or something, kind of like that, where Bobobo did have an over guy to go take out, but dealt with a club or something or a villain each certain episode, and I basically had to. Yeah, I can tell this is a lot of the comedy comes from for Japanese viewers, but as an American viewer, I basically went with it. I didn't care how ridiculous or how crazy it was. I really didn't care. My honest opinion, it was funny. To me, it was hilarious. It was like I think Johnny Bosch voiced one of the characters. He did sound very familiar. I think it was one of the fusions. I'm not 100% sure on that. If you guys want to check on that, you can. But it was one of the fusions for Bobobo, and I think it was Jelly Jiggler too. I forgot what the fusion was. The name right off the bat was. But what was hilarious is how, and I'm not 100% on the voice if Johnny Bosch, but it sounds so familiar with him. But it was hilarious because he always kept arguing about being a pacifist, but he was so violent, more than most fusions are. And it was hilarious because he pulled us out, and the stuff they did with their characters were also hilarious, like situations, like sometimes they would break the fourth wall a couple times. They wouldn't do it so often, but they did it a couple times. It was pretty funny, and it's just how ridiculous the moves they come up. Like you would go like, oh, well, they won't make a move. There's a move specifically with tissue box, and hear me again, a move with tissue boxes. Yeah, and we're talking about a guy who can fight with nose hairs. Yes, Bobobo has fists of the nose hairs, and you would think, with the story being, I need to mention the story. The story is basically evil people want everyone to be bald, and Bobobo fights that. And the funny thing is that they want everyone bald. Not a lot of people are bald. For how bad they made it seem like in the first episode, but no. There might be a couple towns or something that are bald, but most of the time they're not. But again, it doesn't take itself serious at all. This anime doesn't take it at all. Yeah, it'll go be serious and like, oh, it's like out of the serious mode. Nope. It just comedy all around. And the economy is funny in this one. I mean, there's all types of jokes. You will have at least, I promise you, if you watch this anime, you'll have at least one chuckle or one laugh that you couldn't stop laughing. I promise you that no matter who watches this anime, how much serious you are, I promise you, you'll have one chuckle or one laugh. And it's funny, all these characters feed on each other. They really do not have a personality at all. Because one minute they can be a crazy bombastic character, or like Bobobo, he likes wearing women clothes. He can be a crazy guy, and then next second he's a schoolgirl. I mean, there's no character, they're just crazy. And I just really, if I have something that if I have a bad day or I want to watch something that makes me laugh, I go straight to Bobobo. I don't care which episode. I like them. And it's hilarious, and I'm glad it had 76 episodes. Now, I'm going to be like some anime reviewers. Ending does make a anime. And yes, this wasn't a serious anime, so I'm iffy on it. The ending kind of just left in a cliffhanger, like a really bad cliffhanger. But again, yes, it didn't take itself serious, so I'm more tipping on that teeter-totter, going, but it does hurt a little bit. It does have some faults in some frames, but yeah, it does. The writing is, depending on your sense of humor, if you like it or not. I did say you'll have a couple chuckle. Again, the writing's pretty much iffy, depending on if you like that kind of, like, written jokes and stuff. There is kind of like if you don't like if you want to watch an anime with a plot, there's a plot, but it's like non-existent at all, really. It's just, again, villain of the week or villain of the month or whatever you want to call. But the characters are likable. I like them a lot. If I have to name one character I really did not like, was probably Degaku Man, or I forgot what those three triple guys are. You meet Bobobo and fights him at this toilet. I really was iffy on them, but I did like they did get a little bit better because they got more comedy out of them later on. They didn't use them much, but they were pretty funny towards the end. But that's really it of Bobobo. It's just your type. If you like this type of humor, I would say really it has all types of humor. I at least say you probably get one laugh or one gig out of you. There's 76 episodes of Bobobo. And really, this is all I can tell you. It's a adventures, comedy, sci-fi anime. So, and thank God there's no harem. Right now, I'm just gonna hold off on harems. I'm good right now. But I really do like this anime, and yes, the ending does take some parts away of it, and the animation was really, I would say it was okay for its time. I wasn't going to say it was good, I would say it would be okay for its time. Music, I would say the opening, it's depending on my mood. If I'm really excited to watch this, or it's okay. It's one of those where I just toss depending on what type of mood I am. And then ending, really, the ending I can't really say much about, because I always go to the ending, I'm like, skip, because really, well, there's actually a second ending which actually I liked, or towards the ending, I liked that one though. I did like that ending. That's really all I can say about Bobobo. This anime, for me, I would give it a 7.5. I don't give it a 8. I give it a 7.5. Because yes, it's a nostalgic one, but the ending kinds of botch. It's depending on your type of comedy and humor you like. For me, I want to give it a 8, but it's just that ending, and I do take priority over story sometimes, or a lot of the times, and really with the story, it's more of a, it's just depending on if you want to go watch it. And yeah, it's a good one, and I give it a 7.5. It's just really, it's one of those where you go just to have fun, and it's worth the watch and have fun with, and that's all it's really for. And I had fun watching it, so it's a 7.5 anime for me. I hope I see you guys on my next anime review. I hope you guys like the next one.